I was in a boat, an origami boat, floating on the river, and the boat was made out of folded newspaper. So although it was paper, it had a sturdy structure to it. That meant that it would simply float on the surface of the river down to wherever it was heading. And I was in that boat, caught up in the turmoil. There was spray, there was foam, there was noise, and the boat was dragged away by the current. There were big rocks as well, all over the river. The boat went around, but if I were to, and I did try this, if I were to reach out to one of the rocks and try to stop myself free-flowing down the river, then I would actually capsize the little origami newspaper boat. So it was sturdy if you didn't mess with it, but it was fragile and capsizable if you tried to interrupt its flow. And this went on all the way down the river. There were many perils, many rocks, many chances to capsize. And I realized that this was simply a metaphor for our lives. The turbulence is life, not just in our own little world, but out there in the bigger world. It all seems to be so turbulent and so full of frenetic activity and things to worry about. We feel we might capsize at any moment, caught in eddies, going over little waterfalls. It feels constantly as though we are under threat, and we become worried and fearful and anxious. But I realized, as this went on, that the river simply is life. And we are looking for safety, we're looking for things we can cling on to, when in actual fact we should be going with that flow of the river, however turbulent, because that's our school. That's how we learn. That's where we find our belief and our faith. Up until this point, I've always thought that the boat was the thing. Staying safe. And somehow trying to rescue yourself from worries. But actually, the river is the thing. And your boat is structured enough and sturdy enough to get over all obstacles and around all rocks, and to ride out the current. The current is working in our favor, taking us to where we need to go, giving us chances to learn and to grow and to be the eyes and ears of God. And if we hang on to the rocks, which are the problems, the challenges, resentments maybe, fears, bitterness, whatever has gone on in our life that we stew over, that stays with us, grudges, memories we can't get by, or broken relationships or whatever. Those are the boulders in our way, and if we cling on to them, we will capsize. The trick is to let them happen, go around them, learn from them, and then carry on. The boat is not the thing. The river is the thing. It's about embracing the adventure, staying the course, and daring to really live. And at the end of the river, there was a still pool with dappled sunshine. So it wasn't all sunny at the end. It was calm, but it was dappled. So there were good days and bad days, or good days and concerning days, or whatever, right to the very end. But it became calm as we were able to look back up the river and see all that had transpired, all that we'd overcome. And all we have to do is stay in our little boat, confident that we are being guarded and guided by unseen forces of different kinds, and that we're here to prevail. And we will prevail more strongly, more adequately, more deliberately if we don't allow the boulders in the river to throw us off course, if we don't cling on to old resentments in our history and things that troubled us in the past, learn from them, go around them, and carry on to the next thing. It's about faith, really, about understanding that we are one with everything, and we are one with the everything of everything. We're not separate, and it's only when we feel like we're separate from God that our troubles begin, because we're trying to swim in the river rather than staying in our little boat. We're clinging onto rocks rather than staying in our little boat. And I think, even though I haven't read Conversations with God, from the energy I got from the pages, I would say that that's probably the through line of it. That we're all one. That you don't need to try so hard. Stop panicking and worrying. And just be confident that you're in your little boat and it's sturdy and it's fine and it's going in the right direction. And the river is working for your benefit. It's propelling you forward. It's not the monster that we tell ourselves that it is. It's life. And life is the thing. The river is the thing.